Hello everyone. Today I'm doing something different than what I usually post. I'm going to do commentary for the first time on this channel. I know, it's so exciting to hear my voice. And with gameplay in the background so that you know I'm a real commentary channel. This gameplay coming from the RE4 remake. And it's purposeful, especially for the person I'm covering today. And the person I'm covering is going to really set the bar high for who else I'm going to be covering on this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you all to Renown Zero, a strange specimen I happened to come across earlier this year. Specifically, his video, The Gamer Defends the Censorship of Ashley in the Resident Evil 4 remake. Where the censorship he has an issue with is not being able to see up a chick's skirt. Not that some of the gore and violence is toned down a bit. For example, the death animation for Leon when killed by the Novistadors grabbing and vomiting on him. In the original, the animation plays out with his skull melted off when he dies. In the remake, he just falls over, sizzling like a steak. Something like that to bring up when talking about censorship in the game, but no, let's choose the bitch about no upskirt shots. Truly giving off incel energy, aren't we, Renown?
King's editorial was published. Core asked, when will gamers stop feeling tied to creep shot female characters? Pretty much never, because we're men. We like to look at women body parts.
I like the only comment he leaves a reply to in the whole comment section. You saying that the original RE4 is better because you can look up skirts? Just a weird hill to die on. ... His reply, literally not what I said, lol. A lot of y'all in my comments starting to real gay right about now. I don't know, man. It's a interesting way to phrase it, that's for sure. Okay. Now, I've been meaning to make a video on him for quite some time because he just says so many stupid things. There's so many videos that could be made on him. It's quite entertaining to watch him because he has zero self-awareness. I was previously working on a video about him a couple months ago, covering his battle with the Drekken peasants in the comments section, but alas, life happens and time flies by. Yet here I am, ready to cover something new he has posted. Okay, well, maybe it's a couple weeks late, but nonetheless, I see he's defending something stupid once again by someone he has defended in the past. It's called Heels vs. Babyface, attacked over his opinions on Starfield. Let's discuss. Someone attacked, you say? But why? Were they really attacked? Did they say something so egregious that the whole internet just dunked on them for how stupid an opinion they said? Well, let me end the preamble and actually get into the video.
Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero, and we're gonna talk about this recent quote-unquote controversy surrounding a clip that has gone viral on Twitter or X, whichever you prefer to call it, from YouTuber Heel vs. Babyface. It was a clip taken from one of his streams while he was playing Starfield that seemed to have gone viral with many YouTubers. Big, most of them, yes. YouTubers like Hassan Piker, if you can call him that, Ritual Review Tech USA, Angry Joe, Actman.
Well, let's actually look at what they said, now that you're bringing up all these big names to use in your video. Let's see if any take the ad was egregious. was ridiculous or egregious at most. So the Actman says, gorilla-shaped man on the verge of crying because Starfield lets you pick pronouns at the start of the game and then it's never brought up again. Somebody please shoot this guy with a bear tranquilizer. He's going to attack someone. It's not a bad take, to be honest. It's pretty fair. So what Hassan has said, this weird British guy losing his mind over selecting pronouns in Starfield is the perfect demonstration for why we must bring back lobotomies. Just a joke. Bro should be mad that the menu/maps UI is confusing. The game is not optimized well for PCs, or that the main quest is kind of dull in comparison to the side adventures. But he's mad about pronouns he had to choose like in every single game where there's a character creator. Listen, I don't like Hassan Piker at all, but that is not at all, like, it's a pretty normal take. So, I really don't see how this is attacking him. Here's the thing, right? Let's keep in mind, right, for now, attacked for having an opinion, right? That's what this video is. Attacked for his opinion. Now, hoping that the person you're defending has never responded to someone's opinion online if this is considered an attack, right? That this person covered said something stupid, or what I'm hoping for, right, is that there's no double standard, really. That's what I'm hoping to see, is that there's not a double standard.
The fact that the man has an opinion that they disagree with and they want to call him names for having said opinion is really unfair.
Boo-hoo. It's just memeing. I don't know how this is categorized as attacking, actually. I would hope you know that by now, since you're someone who clearly spends his time on the internet. You know, I don't know, maybe like all those videos where you defend Eric July from people's opinions of him, right? You don't spend your time making fun of people that, you know, have anything negative to say about Eric July, right? I'm hoping you've never, ever made fun of anyone with an opposing viewpoint. Hopefully not. But no, let me just whip out the world's smallest violin to play something for Az. Right? Boo-hoo.
But this is the video that's gone viral, like I said, on Twitter or X. But let's listen to the supposed controversial thing that Az from Heel vs. Babyface had to say.
I don't know why you say controversial like that. This isn't the first time you said certain words like that to really discredit them, because saying it in that funny voice totally discredits the word as an accurate description of the whole situation, right? It is controversial because it's given rise to public disagreement. Because it is literally the subject of intense public argument, disagreement, or disapproval. Collins Dictionary. That is my fucking source. Collins Dictionary, right? If you describe something or someone as controversial, you mean that they are the subject of intense public argument, disagreement, or disapproval. This is something that people are disagreeing on. This is something that is public that people are arguing about. Something really stupid to argue about, for sure. But it is what it is, you know? I don't know why you didn't look. I mean, okay, you do look up words, but you still misuse them. That's the funny thing. We're only 2 minutes into this. God damn it, we're only 2 minutes into this, and I could already stop 10 times in a minute before, because you usually always say something that's just stupid or just questionable. Okay, he plays the video.
I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say a little.
I've seen the video, but I guess we can talk. I guess I can just.
Fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing.
I guess I would
love
give my opinion
more
on this for sure.
Than to sit down, comfy chair, turn on my PC, fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself, think, oh my god, just think of this world, just think of all the planets I can visit, all the immersive things that I can get involved with, all the fights, all the relationships, all the people
I wonder what could stop me from doing all of that.
I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world?
I
Yeah,
would.
well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity!
Okay, so before you can even start the game, before you can even lose yourself in the immersion, you let something like pronouns ruin that for you. I'm sorry, that says more about you than the actual game itself. The fact that you let pronouns be the thing that leads you to fucking make a rant about this, to yell your fucking head off over some fucking pronouns, that you get more customization options in a fucking character creation. How absolutely fucking pathetic can you be? Come on. Honestly, you could have made a rant on like anything else, right? I didn't see this kind of. It's stupid. It's so stupid, right? It's just pronouns. We all have pronouns, okay? People have tried to make it seem like this rant is like deeper than what it is. It's not. It's just a man-child just crying over something as stupid as pronouns. Like, no. You could have literally just created your character and immersed yourself. But no, you stopped yourself before you could do that. I know that he's played the game a bit more, okay? Or I think it's not a video. It's a stream. I think it was a stream. It's a clip from a stream, right? Doesn't change the fact that you still went on this rant, you know? Just because you've played the game a little more now, you know, given it a quote-unquote chance, doesn't change the fact. It doesn't. You still made this rant, you still acted like a child, and you're gonna be criticized for it. And that's fair. That is fair. Regardless of what Renown Zero wants to say, that is fair. Because if this public figure wants to criticize other public figures for what they say or do, that is not attacking. That is what it is. Criticism. Okay? I want you to actually uphold the very standards you want to follow and apply them to everyone, right? If you want to say that making fun of someone or criticizing them for something they say or do is attacking, you have to apply that to what Az does as well. Okay? Az and Rachel Zegler. Alright? Let's look at that. He's made 2 videos on her, specifically 2 videos on her, criticizing her about what she has said and done. Nope, they're attacking because that's literally the logic we'd be following if we applied your logic. But no, let's pretend like that's not it. Let's just say because this person has a specific political view that it is fair criticism. No, but because this person has the same ideological views that I have, I'm going to say, nope, everyone's attacking him.
Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so
What a pathetic
fucking
child.
boring!
Yes. So at the beginning of the game, yes, they force you to choose pronouns because, of course, it seems like most modern games nowadays, maybe not most, let me take that, maybe not most, but a lot of modern Western games make you do that nowadays, and they don't let you skip it. They force you to click on it. I know Call of Duty did that in one of their games.
Forced? Like how you're forced to make a character? Right? Like, you can't opt out of not making a character either, right? It's just what you do in a game, and you're getting more customization options, right? Like in the game, you can't choose to have no eyes, right? You're forced to have eyes. No, wait, that's not an issue. Okay, what if I don't want a nose? Oh, I'm forced to have a nose. You're forced to have this stuff. But because it's pronouns, it's an issue? Again, I'll have pronouns. I don't get the issue, right? Yeah, maybe you want to say it's pandering. Fine, you can make that criticism about like a lot of companies, right? That this is all pandering. Fine. But is this kind of reaction warranted? Is it really warranted? Because to me, it doesn't look like this game did anything egregious. It's just pick your pronouns, mate. He, him, she, her, they, them. Honestly, the game should have kind of done more with it, right? You can identify as any pronoun you want, just for the fucking memes, you know. But that's Bethesda. Bethesda it's kind of mid, honestly. They really don't take advantage of their customization, unlike Baldur's Gate 3, which you can put a dick on a woman and that is okay. But pronouns, that is where we draw the fucking line. God damn. I don't know. I don't fucking know where this madness ends. I don't know where this madness starts and where this madness ends. Doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all.
It wasn't a big deal then, but it gets annoying that every single...
It's not a big deal.
Well, it would seem like every single
it's not a big deal.
Developer adopts this way of thinking.
Stop acting like it's not a big deal when the person you're defending is making a big deal about it. Alright, I would agree, it's not a big deal. But this person here made it a big deal for no reason other than they're a crybaby bitch. That's kind of it.
Where we had this person on Twitter saying
oh my god, I don't care about this. I really don't care.
Dr. Disrespect was rejected a Starfield sponsorship deal due to his recent phobia, and he got triggered. No, he didn't. Triggered would require you to have a massive, intense emotion. Because again, words mean nothing to these weirdos on the internet nowadays. Definitions mean nothing for words nowadays.
Stop right there. Stop right there. I don't want to hear you talk about definitions of words and the misusing of words, okay? One, I can agree. That's true. Words are misused all the time on the internet. That is for sure. And you are one of them, okay? Let's take a look at a video where you responded to criticism from the comment section and even the drunken peasants, right?
Well, here we go. We got them responding themselves. It's quite cowardly to not actually watch the video and to respond to what we said, because I don't have time to respond to idiocy. It's no surprise, though. You're just a sycophantic follower with no actual opinions of your own.
So, cope. What is cope? Okay. Let's look at the definition of cope according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, okay? To deal with and attempt to overcome problems and difficulties. To maintain a contest or combat usually on even terms or with success. How is that cope? It's just criticism of your character. This is you deflecting from criticism instead of addressing it. It would take some self-reflection on your part, which you're clearly trying to avoid doing. But hey, that's just one, right? Let's look at another one, right?
We're back again talking about the Fats yet again because they decided last night that they would do another live stream on me. So that's 3 live streams in a row as they're clamoring for some type of clout from me, which the only thing that's going to happen is the Streisand effect, where I'm going to continue to gain a following and you're not. You're going to continue to lose a following and I'm going to continue to win.
The Streisand effect. Something you don't know, but you used it as if you knew it. You thinking that it means one person gaining views and subs while the other person they're, I guess, contesting with losing subs and views. But no, the Streisand effect, according to Britannica, is a phenomenon in which an attempt to censor, hide, or otherwise draw attention away from something only serves to attract more attention to it. It is not what you said it was. I have no idea how you're so confident in something you displayed and not knowing a single thing about, and then want to act like other people do that, while you don't. Shut the fuck up, Renowned. You are also part of the problem.
On stream because the head of Bethesda Publishing has pronouns in his bio. Yes, because if you have pronouns in your bio, your opinion is immediately irrelevant.
Why? Why is your opinion irrelevant because you have your pronouns in your bio? Why? Tell us why it's actually a bad thing to have pronouns in your bio and why that makes your opinion invalid. But you're not, Renowned. You're not. That would require some thinking. Oh, again, talking about not knowing what words mean or misusing words, you call a running joke cult-like. You call it a cult because they're all making fun of you for how you pronounce the word. Again, not what a cult is. That's not what that means. But hey, Renowned, let's stay very inconsistent, or as they say, consistently inconsistent. So there we go.
We also had this right here. We had these amazing quote tweets by people who are essentially trying to shame Az out of an opinion that he has.
What? What do you mean shame him out of an opinion? What? Where are they trying to shame him out of an opinion that he has? You know, they're just making fun of the dude, right? Do you have an issue with people making fun of someone for saying something stupid online? Because I don't think you actually have that issue, right? Let's for example look at Az, right? Again, Az in his 2 videos on Rachel Zegler, where he is criticizing her and making fun of her for some things she has said recently. Her opinions on Snow White, I think by that logic, right? By the logic you're using, right? Would that not be trying to shame her out of an opinion that she has, right? By criticizing and making fun of her. Because that is what is happening with Az right here. But it seems to me you have a double standard as to where if Az does it to someone else, it is criticism and jokes at someone else's expense. But for here, it's attacking. It's personal attacks. I'm just wondering, right? If this was someone on the left, someone you would consider on the left, right? Like Hassan Piker. If this was Hassan Piker crying about there not being more options such as pronouns being in the game, right? You're not being able to choose your pronouns. What do you think would happen, right? Az starts making fun of Hassan Piker, starts criticizing what he says, right? Would that not be shaming him out of his opinion, right? If we take this exact situation, but it's someone on the left frantic and bitching about pronouns, you know, the lack of a choice in the game. Would it be personally attacking him, right? Would this be Hassan Piker attacked over his opinions on Starfield, right? Let's discuss. Just something to think about.
Gorilla-shaped man on the verge of crying because Starfield lets you pick pronouns. It doesn't let you pick because there's no skip option. It's forcing you to do this. Again,
you get to pick the pronouns. I don't get it. Again, this exact same point. You don't get to opt out of having eyes, right? Like I said earlier in my earlier point, you have to pick eyes. You can't opt out of picking it, right? You pick your eyes. Guess you're gonna pick your shape. You know, the shape of your eyes, the color of your eyes. Well, I want someone with no eyes, and I'm forced to pick eyes. Absolutely disgusting. I'm forced to pick eyes in this video game. I'm forced into having to be a person with eyesight. It's stupid, right? It's stupid that you choose to gripe over this, right? It's a character creation, right? You're essentially forced into creating a character, whether you like it or not, right? I just don't see the point in bitching about an extra feature you have to pick. Just pick your he/him pronouns if you identify as he/him, right? Az could have just picked those pronouns and played the game and criticized it for any flaws it has, which I'm sure it does. It's a Bethesda game. There's a lot to pick apart when it comes to their gameplay and their storylines and their general structure in terms of quest lines, and you know, just a lot to criticize about the game itself, right? But pronouns is just not something valid to criticize. Or actually, no. The implementation, right? If they don't even use the pronouns correctly, that's something to criticize, but not the picking of the pronouns themselves, right? It's not the pronouns themselves are not the issue. It's how the game executes in using those pronouns.
Professor woke. Babe, wake up. A bunch of weird losers are melting down over pronouns again. Everyone has pronouns.
That's not a bad meme.
It came free with your effing speaking a language. Again, they don't understand the implications of why this is being pushed. They want to normalize this. Essentially, they also have the they/them pronouns in here as well.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There's they/them pronouns. That totally changes everything. They're just pronouns. Pronouns are normal, okay? It's people like you that try to make it seem like it's not normal, you know, to have pronouns when that's what people will use a lot of the time, right? That's what people will mostly use when they're around you. Either your name or the pronouns you go by. It's not abnormal. You are abnormal. Stop pretending like you're a normal human being. Look at that face. That is not the face of a normal human man. An adult man. You're not an adult man, okay? Calm down.
Shout out to Tugs. Genuinely curious what these kinds of dudes plan to do once the YouTube grift runs dry. It's not a grift. They're not scamming people. They're giving their opinions, you absolute moron. It's just someone on the internet giving their opinion that you disagree with. It's all that's happening here, and somehow opinions are a grift. Opinions are somehow a grift, because according to you, people don't have working brains to decide whether or not they agree or disagree.
So the reason why people call them grifters is that the kind of content they essentially sell to you, because it's all pretty much it's all for monetization, right? Nothing wrong with monetization at all. But the reason why people call them grifts is that their opinions aren't really their actual opinions, right? Or it's an over-exaggeration of what they more than likely think. So they sell that to you, right? Essentially selling you bullshit opinions that they don't have to you, and they make money off it. That's what they mean by calling them grifters. Now, do I think Az is a grifter? Or do I think in this specific rant he's grifting? No, I believe he's genuinely upset over the pronouns in this game, right? I believe 100% he's genuine about it.
Not to be a dick, but Az kind of represents the worst parts of calling out woke crap. Yes, it's stupid that every game and their mother asks for pronouns. That's kind of the whole point that he's making.
You didn't even read the... Oh my god. That's... So Renown, let's read this. Not to be a dick, but Az kind of represents the worst parts of calling out woke shit. Yeah, it's stupid that every game and their mother asks for pronouns now, but you don't scream your head off about it. You roll your eyes and make a snide joke. Right? The person is agreeing, but also saying that the response itself is unnecessary, right? That's the issue here, is his response.
That's literally the entire point of this clip. That's the whole point. The fact that it's in literally everything, and we do not care. Most people who play video games do not care about this nonsense. They do not care. They just want to get immersed in the game, play the storyline, the experience, and everything else going around, which is what he said.
You don't give a shit, pick the fucking pronouns and get immersed in the game. If you let that shit stop you from enjoying the game, that's your fucking problem, okay? That is not the game's problem that you can't fucking get immersed just because you can't choose pronouns at the start of the game. Grow the fuck up.
They're pronouns. They can't hurt you. You already use them every single day. No, we don't. Most people when referring to someone, they'll say their name. Yes, there may be certain points that, yes, they'll use it. But for the most part, normal people use somebody's name when referring to someone.
Yes, people use your name and pronouns. It's something that's used every day. Why do you pretend like that's not something that happens every day, right? And then again, it could just... Because the evidence being used here is more like... It's just first-hand accounts, right? So it doesn't really amount to much, but I think most people can say, yeah, no, people will use the name and pronouns, right? Interchangeably. It's not abnormal. Stop pretending like it's abnormal. It's a totally normal thing to use pronouns in everyday life.
Like little girls, if someone doesn't refer to you in a certain pronoun you prefer, when they're talking about you in third person. Also, you've got rage issues. See a therapist if that's not too woke or snowflake for your fragile masculinity. I guarantee this person has more masculinity than you'll ever have. Again.
Oh my god.
You look like this. Come on now.
Wow. Great insult. What a great fucking insult. Damn. I can see why you would last so long in the Modern Warfare 2 lobby now, wouldn't you? You had nothing to say, right? Nothing to actually say about his appearance because he is just literally a skinny ass. This motherfucker is like 200 pounds less ass, okay? You couldn't even say anything about his bald head, right? You could have been like, oh, Mr. Clean looking motherfucker, right? Anything. No, you had nothing. Absolutely nothing to actually say about his appearance because he looks like a normal dude. Az doesn't look like a normal dude. Az looks like a fucking beanbag chair. Come on, man. Step up your game or shut the fuck up. I'm surprised you didn't say anything about his pronouns, and he's also a veteran, so... what are you gonna say about him? He served our country, right? He's more of a man than you and I. Let's be honest.
Starfield is barely an RPG, but you should always want more customization in games, not less. This isn't customization. Pronouns are not a customization thing. Customization would be like more eyes, more nose, more things you could do with your character's face. Things like that. Adding in pronouns is not really customization, because if you're just going to say, oh, they're putting it there and then they never use it, what's the point of it being there then?
It is customization. What are you talking about? What? It is customization, right? It is something you pick out for your character, right? You can be like, it is customization, right? It's kind of like how you can add a bio for your character in a lot of RPGs, right? It's customization for your character to make your character feel a little more unique. Right, it's not, yeah, right, customization. No, it's a terrible argument, right? Oh, what's the point of putting it there if you're not going to use it again? I don't know, man. What's the point of having eye colors then? Right? What if I want red eyes? What's the point of putting it there if I'm not going to use those red eyes for anything ever again? Right? What's the point of having those big ears if I'm not going to use them ever again? That's a stupid point. Make better points, please. These are terrible. These are not good points that you're making, right? You had to go through that mental gymnastics to say why it's not customization. It is. It just is, mate. It's customization you don't like. Just say that. You don't like that customization.
Bro is mad an RPG lets you roleplay as whatever you want. Because no one cares about the pronoun thing. No real people care. You're playing a space RPG. Playing a space RPG. What the hell do pronouns have to do with anything about a space RPG?
Then stop bitching about them. It's... you know what's funny? You don't really even respond to the point being made. Right? Right. Bro is mad an RPG game lets you RP as whatever you want. What's your response to that? No one cares. That's not an actual response to the point being made, right? you just have the same old tired shit. And I'm essentially repeating myself a lot in this video because you repeat yourself a lot. It's repetitive.
You don't see them doing things like that in Mass Effect. And that's another space RPG. They don't put that in Mass Effect.
Well, that's Mass Effect. That's
Why
a
put it
stupid
in
argument.
this?
Such a stupid point. That's Mass Effect. That's a different game, right? What's wrong with implementing them into this game? This is its own game, right? The space RPG in the future. Why would pronouns be gone? You have not made a point as to why pronouns would not be in a space RPG. Like, actually tell me why it won't be in the space RPG. And to say, well, this other game doesn't have it, well, that's another game. Oh, okay, that's not a good point. That's a different game, right? Another game, just because another game doesn't have it, doesn't mean this game can't have it, right?
This guy is every walking stereotype of the anti-woke crowd that somehow just ends up looking more ridiculous than the people that make you fun of.
True. It's a very good point.
What you're doing, though, is you're giving his clip more traction.
That's irrelevant.
To bring in more people that actually agree. This would have went nowhere if y'all weren't quote tweeting. There's over 4,000 quote tweets, which I'm not going to go.
Okay, can you actually respond to what they're saying? You are refusing to actually engage with what's being said, right? You're refusing to engage with criticism, which is not the first time you've done that, right? I've already shown an example earlier of how you don't actually engage with criticism. You're just bringing up something that's completely irrelevant to what was said. Yes, he's bringing more attraction to it. So what? Actually respond to the point being made, or shut the fuck up. Because this person raises a pretty good point, right? This guy is every walking stereotype of the anti-woke crowd that somehow just ends up looking even more ridiculous than the people they're making fun of. That is not a bad criticism. It is not.
This is how synthetic men will look in 5 more years. The bald, obese man children that scream their throats out at the option to pick pronouns in the video game, the ones trying to convince us that we are the sensitive ones. Again, missing the point.
No, you're not even engaging with the point. He is. This is sensitive, right? He is very much the sensitive one in the situation. You clearly seem like you're, well, seems to me you're just getting a little upset over the people saying negative things about Az, right? That's why you're essentially dodging or deflecting any criticism levied towards him.
Missing the entire point.
Let's read that. As if it's fucking surprising that a man that likes and retweets racist crap and little fucking Nazi shit is mad about pronouns and representation being in a video game. This man, child, 100% thinks Homelander is a protagonist. Missing the point. Like, I think you're the one that's missing the points, right? You're the one here that's missing the points of criticism people are making towards him. This is just you projecting onto everyone else. That, or you just refuse to accept any of the criticism, which is fine. You don't have to accept it. Just shut the fuck up.
And it just goes on and on and on.
On and 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 on. On and 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 on.
And on and on and on. Like I said, people are allowed to have their opinions about this. It's just absolutely annoying that things are immersion breaking. Again, he's played the game past the customization. There are more things in this game that are just as bad.
No one's saying he can't have his opinion. People are just making fun of it, right? It seems to me like you have an issue with people having their own opinion on his opinion, which is a double standard, right? It's even Az, right? He's like, oh, I have an opinion. Oh, you have an opinion about my opinion? Well, now you're clearly telling me that I should not have an opinion, or my opinion should be silenced. Even though it's just someone else saying your opinion is pretty much stupid, right? That's what you're doing. No one's saying he can't have his opinion. He can have his opinion, and so can the people who say something about his opinion, right?
People like Actman have experienced even the censorship that has gone on in Resident Evil 4 Remake and understood it. But because somebody says this about that in this game, it's different somehow. It's different. It goes from, well, we're gonna cover up all the female body parts that are offensive to people, to now they're putting this in games.
Wait. It doesn't really connect with me, right? Can't look up a chick's skirt. Pronouns. Does that make any sense to you? Does that make any sense to anyone? Right? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get how those two... I don't think those two follow at all. They don't follow to me at all. Can someone explain to me how those two follow? Please. You can do a whole presentation for me if you want. Just please make it make sense.
Eventually, it's just gonna get worse. Just like they censored that one game, that one fighting game. People got upset
I don't even
about
want to say
that.
anything because he's just
People
crying.
called those people
He's just going on a
corn
bitch fit.
addicts. And why don't you watch?
I don't even know what
Corn
game he's
and all
talking
this other
about. I
stuff?
really don't.
It's the same concept. It's the same concept. But this is what these people do. Sit up here, try to shame you constantly for having an opinion they don't like. And honestly, it just goes on and on and on and on.
Just stop right there. You dedicate your time to criticizing and making fun of people, right? Dunking on people who say anything negative about Eric July in his comic book. Shut the fuck up. You are no better than the people you are trying to criticize right now, okay? You do the exact same thing, but you want to sit here and bitch about it being done to someone you like. Either you change your behavior, Az changes his behavior, right? So that neither of you do the exact same thing that you're crying about everyone else doing to him, right? Or just get the fuck offline. Honestly, just get the fuck offline if you're gonna bitch about this, right? If you're gonna bitch about the same behavior you do, just go offline. Just do that. It's so easy. You see that the X mark on the top right corner of your fucking page? Click the X. You don't have to engage with this. You don't have to engage with this at all.
It goes on and on and on. This is what RGT85 had to say. Someone who does think that sometimes crap is shoehorned in the media without it needing to be there. So you understand the point. You're still gonna call someone a weirdo and say they need help. You understand the point.
Well, let's read it. As someone who does think that sometimes shit is shoehorned into media without it needing to be there, this dude is a fucking weirdo and needs help. It's not that serious, man. Who gives a fuck? Again, it's not the... it's people criticizing Az's response to this whole thing, right? His response to the pronouns. You realize people can understand the point you're trying to make, but also criticize the way you delivered that point? Do you not understand that? Why is that such a hard concept to get, right? I don't get it, right? How do you not understand that?
Here it is. I'm jealous, to be honest. I want to live in heel versus babyface's world where life is so easy that pronouns in the character creation screen cause me to rage like this. I mean, you are a guy that jokingly said to be paid $50 to take your shirt off. Again, people criticize you for that, but again, no one cares.
No one cares. And what? Who just brought it up? What do you mean no one cares? Huh? How? Why? Again, not addressing what he says, you just bring up something else, right? This is a whataboutism. What about when you were criticized for being paid $50 to take off your shirt? What? That's not the same. How is taking off your shirt for $50 the same as having a fucking angry rant over pronouns? That's not the same, though. It's not. You're just doing everything you can to just defend him. Or you're not even doing anything. You're so lazy. You can't even come up with any actual reasonable counterpoint to what's being said. You don't even do that. You just yeah. That's pretty much it. You just go meh. Like, oh my god.
It's a valid criticism. We're getting tired of this effing pronoun reality bullcrap being shoved in our collective butts. We just want to escape, have fun, but no, they either inject the crap we see all the time. That's the point. That is the whole point. No, you have to pick your pronouns in this game. There's no skipping it. You have to pick it.
Okay, so the point he's saying, right, is that whichever body type you choose, it just gives you the pronouns you already have, right? So if you choose a male body, you get he, him. You choose a female body, you get she, her. It's not really picking it. You're just kind of almost hitting twice on like, oh, are you sure this is what you want, or something like that. Like, you know, that's not egregious. That's really nothing egregious. Like, you're trying to make it seem like you're being held at gunpoint to choose your pronoun. It's like, no, just casually pick them out. That's it.
You have to pick it.
You have to pick it.
You have to pick it.
Oh my god. Stop. Stop. Oh no. Say it some more.
You have to pick it.
I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. You're just looking up Angry Joe. I don't care about Angry Joe. I really don't. You have made your point. You're just going on longer than you should, and so am I. I'm gonna stop right here.
You have to pick it.
This is just stupid. So stupid. Entertaining, frustrating.
You have to pick it.
Fun, maybe a little. I've had a couple of laughs, you know, but no, I'm done.
You have to pick
That's it. It's the end of the video. I don't care if you like or subscribe. You don't have to do anything.
You have to
comment. Just, I don't know. But bye.